All right. Hey, everybody. I wanted to introduce to a duo from Canada who are doing amazing things. Now, I didn't know too much about Canada investment, but what I understand now, it seems like they're doing, really, they put a lot of hard work in. But enough about that. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. It's Ava and August. They're both partners. They help Canadians invest in US, which is not as easy as you think it is. So I'll let them explain how they got there and what they do. Please, and August.
Fantastic. So hello, everybody. I'm Ava Benesocky. I'm co-founder and vice president of Canadian Passive Investing. I'm originally a real estate agent for a decade now, and we founded this company to start helping Canadians invest in U.S. markets. So why don't you go ahead and tell our viewers a little bit about...
Yeah, no, absolutely. August Biniaz here. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Canadian Passive Investing. My background is in construction development here in the west coast of Canada. And I've worked with investors, partners, associates in doing my deals, and I was always looking for new types of assets to get involved with. And when I saw the numbers on deals in the US, it was a no-brainer for me as a businessman, and started the company. We partnered with Ava, and we are basically, as she said, we assist Canadian investors into investing in U.S. real estate. The process is at times difficult, and we've created a pretty good system to be able to facilitate that need.
And we actually, the most exciting part about what we do is we help with pain points for Canadians. As a real estate agent, people are always coming to me, hey, cash flow, Ava, we want to see cash flow. I can't really help them out here. So what we've done is we've put together a really exciting system where we can project cash flow for our investors and really achieve helping them build wealth.
Absolutely.
And scaling their investment portfolios. So we're really excited about that.
Absolutely. And just to add to that, we also take the hard work from being an active investor. As you know, a lot of busy professionals, they're focused on their trade, they're focused on their business, but they also want to invest in real estate. Unfortunately, sometimes real estate being an active investor takes a lot of work. So our business is basically real estate private equity, where we do most of the work, and we share. The investor takes most of the profit. So it's a great partnership that comes along.
Great partnership, and really rewarding for us because we help people, they can focus on their passion, they can focus on their families, they can focus on their life, and still reap the benefits of numbers that they're not used to seeing. Mm-hmm. So we love what
Absolutely.
we do.
Well said. Well said.
Awesome. So, for the US investors, they're kind of familiar with syndication, all that stuff, cash flow, potentially get quickly cash flow. But from what you guys explained, since I didn't know the Canadian market, Canadians are not able to do that. They got to wait. They got a wait period. They got to jump through a lot of hooplas. And what you essentially, my understanding from what you guys explained is you took care of all those hassles out and enable the Canadians to invest just like U.S. investors. Of course, U.S. investors can invest with you guys too and get the same thing. But so talk a little bit about that, mainly first about what you guys did to enable the Canadian investors to invest like U.S. investors, and who should connect to you guys? Who can you guys help? By connecting to you guys.
Sure. So a really big pain point that we've helped Canadians kind of jump through is double taxation when they invest in the U.S. So go ahead, August.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we don't want to make it seem like we single-handedly created this process. There is a treaty between Canada and the U.S. which allows Canadians to invest in the U.S. and not be double taxed. It's just the process of going through it is very difficult. For example, Canadians cannot invest directly in an LLC. They cannot invest directly in a fund. They could, but they would be double taxed. They also have to create entities in the U.S. to be able to do so. With our firm, that's not the case. They invest directly with our team, and our lawyers and cross-border accountants, securities lawyers have created a web of corporations and use the treaties to the benefit of our investors. So the system was there. We just put it together to be able to have it operational.
Yeah.
Got you. So now, with that being said, obviously the type of people you would love to connect to, work with, only passive investors or even other syndicators or brokers. Who's your right type of connections? Who should reach out to you that you can either partner up with them or help them out, or whatever the case is?
Of course. So we actually, this whole concept of being a passive investor, I guess you could say our avatars are busy professionals, doctors, lawyers, accountants, you name it. With that being said, we work with a huge range of investors. Our investors do not have to be accredited investors as
nice.
well, so that's a huge bonus.
Yeah.
And yeah, let them talk about.
No, absolutely, and we have when we started this, we understood that the education was a very important component, and that was what was lacking. People had difficulty understanding what syndication was, limited partnership, cross-border investment. So we started Canadian Passive Investing Academy, CPI Academy, where we hold events. We have webinars.
Bring on really incredible guests, like our securities lawyers from the US and from Canada. We were on our last event, so that people can kind of see what it is that we're speaking about, because it's a lot for someone to understand with all the loopholes.
Right.
So we kind of bring clarity to them that way.
Yeah, definitely. And that concept that Ava mentioned about our avatar, it's still developing. So as people follow us, as people listen to us, and to see who we can help, and that kind of connects us with busy professionals, basically who are busy with their work, and they still want to invest in real estate, but they rather somebody else do the hard work and them reaping the benefits. So that's kind of
my famous quote is that we bring people diamonds in the rough. We find them those diamonds, we bring them, and then the diamond reflects off their eyes and with the shine.
We do the digging, and they reap the benefits, and this is it's actual. So we get paid relative to the performance of the asset.
Right.
That's it's similar to the world of private equity, yes.
Quick note. So one thing I wanted to emphasize then, for the U.S. investors, you said some critical thing that you don't have to be accredited. So do the U.S. investors also don't need to be accredited to invest with you guys?
Yeah, so the idea of accreditation is a bit different in Canada and the U.S.
Okay.
And the securities regulation and raising capital is a bit different in Canada and the U.S. We do raise capital from U.S. investors. Our U.S. investors do need to be accredited.
Okay, gotcha.
But then the U.S. has another tier that the non-accredited investors have to be sophisticated. We don't have that second tier here in Canada. So depending on the exemption you're using to raise capital, you can either do accredited or non-accredited, or basically both. So the exemption we're using allows us to raise capital from accredited and not accredited investors. But it's deal dependent. So we make that decision when we see the deal, how much we need to raise, what kind of hold time there is, and who is our partners within that particular deal.
Awesome. All right. So to my last question. So each of you will answer this question. So what's the one thing each of you can share, either in your personal life or your professional life, that has helped you guys immensely, that can also help other people? That's one thing, only one thing you got to share. So Eva, you want to go first? Ladies first.
I have the perfect thing that I would love to share, and it will benefit everybody. Surround yourself with positive, happy, successful people. They are contagious. They'll inspire you, and in return you'll inspire them. And that's from the heart.
Absolutely. Very well said. Great. And I think for me would be, if I had to give one advice, would be focus. Focus is very important. Unfortunately, in life, most people have difficulties to have focus, if it's about your career, if it's about your family, and there's so many distractions nowadays. So if something that makes you happy, then it's very important. But if you could focus on it to achieve your goals, it's very important. And I don't mean something like doing a mundane task for a long time or a mundane job that you're not happy with doing it for a long time and being focused at it, but something that you're passionate about, to be focused and to have focus on it, to be, to achieve success and happiness.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Great advices. Two great advices. With that being said, thanks for being on. And I'll post all the information available to reach out for Ava and August, since they're a team. I guess you can reach out to either one.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you're Canadian, especially if you want to invest in US market, same as the US investor, I would highly recommend reaching out to obviously both of them. If you're a US investor, you still can invest with them. So,
just one point on that US investor. So another unique thing we've done is we have regional asset managers from different regions within the US. So for our US investors, they're not limited to one area. A lot of sponsors are focused in the area they're in. We're in multiple areas in the US. Currently, we're in Texas and Arizona. So we have our Texas regional asset manager and our Arizona regional asset manager.
We got the boots on the ground.
Exactly. So I just want to say that about our
All right.
Raju, we just wanted to say thank you very much. We really appreciate you having us here today.
No, definitely.
It's my pleasure. It's not like I'm a big deal. So thank you. But anyway, thank you for taking the time. And like I said, please reach out to them. I'll be posting all their links above, or their LinkedIn profiles anyway, depending on where you see the video. And thanks again, guys.
Thank you.